Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin today, guys. I haven't made a video in a couple days, so we have some catching up to do. Alright, so we came down and hit these orange lines and found support at these previous support levels over here. That's where I got those orange lines from. We came down, bounced around that area, and then got a bounce to the upside, found support on it again, found support, and then bounced to the upside. So after that, I was looking at support giving me this trend line. And then we had support giving me this trend line. And then we had support. I don't know. I mean, actually, it was these 2 points right here and right here giving me this trend line. We broke this trend line going to the downside. After that, I was looking at the bottom, something like that. And then I was looking at the top. We actually did break the top, but we kind of got rejected around, or we're still having trouble around that .185 Fibonacci retracement level. If we zoom out, we had a big run. We started topping out up here, kind of, or we had trouble pushing to the upside. After that, I got the Fibonacci retracement tool, drug from the bottom of the run to the top of the run, and ever since then, I've been watching at these Fibonacci retracement levels. And if you watch my videos, you know that I've been using those as dollar cost averaging points. Also, they act as support and resistance. So my point is, when we started moving to the upside, I was thinking, okay, 180.185 is kind of like a target right now. Let's see what happens. Are we going to get rejected, or are we going to push through it? If we can break above 185, then maybe we can start shooting for the next Fibonacci retracement level at .248. And like I was talking about, we're having trouble in that .185 level. So we're watching a lot of things. We're watching the trend lines, and we're also watching the Fibonacci retracement levels. So we came up, hit that Fibonacci retracement level, broke the trend line going to the downside. Like I said, that was the first sign that we're having trouble, kind of. And that's why I was looking at the top and then looking at the bottom, something like that. We broke the top, but I had trouble at the Fibonacci retracement level. Still watching the bottom, kind of. And then we had the other trend line too, right? So we had the second trend line. We broke that going sideways. This could be another signal that we're having trouble and we might be heading down. And it does kind of seem like we're getting lower highs. We do have support though, so it kind of does look like a little triangle. But we broke these trend lines. These could be signals that we are either going down or maybe even just going sideways for a little bit. So let's go ahead and delete these because we already broke that one. We already broke that one, kind of. Like I said, we're using them for signals, and they already kind of gave us a signal that we're not pushing to the upside, and we're kind of breaking the trends going down. We can keep this one right here. This is one that I was looking at yesterday. I think it was on the hourly time frame or something like that. But we had support right here, support right here. I was thinking it like something like an inverse head and shoulders kind of thing, because low. I was watching this little line right here of resistance. We had like a line of resistance like this, and then we had like a little shoulder pattern, a little head pattern, and a little shoulder, but we didn't quite come back up and break through that. So I don't know. I'm not really looking at that anymore, but that's what I was looking at yesterday. I didn't make a video about it, but that's what I was looking at. So yeah, we had this little, and then this was part of that. So I thought we were going to get a bounce right here. We had support, but we broke through it. Basically, that's another little sign right there. We're going sideways. So let's go ahead and delete this one as well. And like I said, we still have some supports right here. Like we're getting lower highs in this little area, but we're also getting like higher lows right here. Something like this. So let's go ahead and draw the trend line right here. And then something like this, possibly. I don't know, giving us like a pretty symmetrical triangle. Let's go ahead and delete this one. I don't really like the way that looks right now. So we're basically bouncing in between these two trend lines right now. Are we going to break to the upside, or are we going to break to the downside? Us breaking those trend lines, well, we had one right here. I showed you. Us breaking those trend lines kind of makes me think that we might be going to the downside again. Just like my gut feeling. But we do have this big, like, nice, it kind of looks like a flag or pennant pattern, not perfect, but we had a nice little run, and then now we're getting consolidation. If we could break to the upside like that, maybe we can drag from the top to the bottom of that pole and drag that to the breakout. Maybe, like I said, I don't really love the way that looks, but maybe something like that. If we break the .185 level, like I said, if we could break that level, then the next spot that I'd be targeting or looking at is .248. We're just like, we have to break through there, and then we can start pushing back to the upside. But we started breaking those trend lines, so I'm a little 50-50 right now. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh yeah, so we had, let's go back to the 4 hour. Like I said, we had a couple trend lines. We still haven't broken this one. We have support, trend line. Maybe we'll come down even if we break going to the downside. Maybe we'll come down, hit that trend line, and then get another bounce to the upside. Or maybe that's when we can actually get a bounce. If we start breaking through this trend line, then that was pretty much the last uptrend or the last trend line that I was looking at, and then we might start looking at these orange levels again, which is .153 and .142. Ever since we broke the .185 level over here, I've had a limit order at 10 cents approximately, .00187 to be precise. I still have that limit order there. I haven't taken it off. Just, I'm not very confident on it as of right now, because we are trending to the upside ever since we started like going up. Like I was talking about at the beginning, I've been way less I didn't really think that this was going to hit it, but I just kind of left it in there because I haven't really been paying attention that much. But if we start breaking this trend line, maybe get a little more confident on this level, but I'd probably be looking at these ones first. We held some pretty solid support over here, support. So maybe these orange line, like if we continue to head down and we break this trend line, okay, so there's a couple different things. We have to break this trend line or this one first, whether we're going to go up or we're going to go down. After that, if we go up, I want to see us break 185, then we can start getting much more bullish and maybe shoot for this area up here. There's also some previous resistances that we'd probably want to look out for there as well. We'd want to break like .204 if we started breaking to the upside before we can get more confident on this level. If we start breaking to the downside, if we break this trend line going to the downside, we'd have to watch this trend line right here to see if we get a bounce or if we break through it. If we start breaking through it, then and if we get a bounce on it, then we still want to break that 185 level. If we break through that one and then break through that one, the orange levels are next, and if we break through these ones, the next level would be 10 cents. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. We're waiting for a breakout right now. Like I said at the beginning, we're kind of in a triangle pattern right now, waiting for a breakout to the upside or to the downside. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look at the moving averages real quick, because that actually has been looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and delete this. We'll delete the trend lines for now. We don't really need them right now. At this point of the video, should I say. So we have the 9 moving average on the weekly time frame. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And I've been talking about this for a while, and all these weeks probably, maybe even since like this area, is that I'm on the weekly time frame right now. We have this blue line right here, the 9 moving average. When we break above it, like over here, and we can start getting support on it, like we closed this candle above it, we got support on it, got a nice little bounce, was finding support on that 9 moving average, bouncing on it like a trampoline, and then we started moving to the upside. We had that nice big run like I was talking about, and then we then we started heading down. We broke the weekly 9 moving average right here, and ever since we broke it right here and closed that candle below it, we started having trouble breaking through it. It was acting as resistance this whole time. Resistance. And so basically, if we're below it, then it's more likely to act, or it's possible, kind of more likely that it's going to act as resistance, pushes to the downside. When we break above it, support pushes to the upside. Right now, last week, we technically broke through that weekly 9 moving average right here. I was waiting for that in this whole area. I was saying, let's go sideways for a while, and then maybe we'll be able to break through it or ease into the 9 moving average on the weekly time frame. And what I wanted us to do is close that candle above the 9 moving average, and that's exactly what we did. So we got we might be getting lucky right here, possibly. I don't know if we're out of the woods quite yet, because this candle, we still need to come down and test it, maybe even a couple more weeks of still going sideways. But if we can stay above that 9 moving average, start getting support on it as opposed to just breaking back through it. Like if we break back through it and start hitting these orange lines, that's not going to be good. Same with like the 10-cent level. If we just break right back through it, then that's going to be a bad signal, or not a good signal, should I say. I think right here was a good signal, but it's not over yet. So what we want to do is bounce on that 9 moving average. It's probably going to do something like that, hopefully. Maybe if we just go sideways, then maybe we can start getting support on it. Then maybe we can actually start pushing to the upside. Let's see, something like this: support. Hopefully we can get support on it and then just start pushing to the upside. Once we get a couple like candles closed above it, maybe we can really start pushing to the upside and start testing this trend line, which we had resistance, something like that. Maybe we can start testing that downtrend right there. And the reason I've been looking at this is because we did something very similar last year. We had a falling wedge. We broke that falling wedge going sideways. We broke the weekly 9 moving average right at that point, something like that. We got support on it, and then that's when we started pushing to the upside. Same thing with this year, kind of. We had a falling wedge. We broke that falling wedge right here. We went sideways for a while. We broke the weekly 9 moving average. Let's see if we can get support on it and recreate what happened over here. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, last year I was much more confident because it was 2024, which was a halving year. So I was like super confident even in like this area. I was telling my coworkers and stuff like, hey, it's a halving year. Like, you know, get some crypto. I don't care what kind of crypto you get. But I was pretty confident. We got a nice little run, came back down, formed a falling wedge, broke that falling wedge, and had a second big run. So yeah, I'm wondering, like, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Like, that's why I'm a little skeptical, because we're not in a, like, it's 2025 right now. So like, I don't know if we're going to get these huge runs because we're not in a halving year, but it's possible. Like I said, we have a falling wedge. We have a falling wedge right here. That was on the daily time frame that I was looking at that on. Let me go back to the daily. We have a falling wedge. Boom, 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 boom. Broke that falling wedge to the upside. Like we did over here, we had to kind of go sideways for a while. Then we can start going to the upside. We're kind of going sideways right now. Let's see if we can if we can just continue to go sideways and consolidate, that's going to be a good sign in my opinion. So, I mean, better than dumping down to like 10 cents or worse, like 5 cents. You know what I mean? It's still possible, but if we can just go sideways for a while, then maybe we can start going back up and at least trying to test these, the Fibonacci retracement levels. These guys over here, or this trend line right here. Let's see. Like I said, we have resistance, still have a downtrend. Maybe test that. If we could break through this, then we could get a little more confident, but then we still have to deal with the top, but these are the next things that I'm looking at, basically taking it day by day. Let's see if we could go sideways for a while, start bouncing to the upside. That's what I'm kind of thinking. That's what I've been hoping. Like, if we go back to the weekly, like basically all in this area, maybe even something like that, where I want to just go sideways, let the moving average catch up, break through it, get support on it for a while, then start bouncing to the upside. Those are some of the things that I'm looking at on Dogecoin today, though, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking, though. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to watch the last video, check it out right here. If you're new to trading or looking at charts, check out this trading review playlist right here. Help get you started. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.